Paralyzed man walks
Oh
again
yeah, yeah.
using Bluetooth to connect his brain
There you
to his
go.
spine.
I hope they can normalize that, like for everybody that's paralyzed, that they could fucking let them reconnect the spine through Bluetooth.
Uh,
That shit would be dope.
well, you saw that movie Upload, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, that was.
We
Oh,
touched.
bro, it's
Didn't we
definitely
touch on this
good.
topic a while back?
Probably talking about the fucking movie Upload.
Probably. I remember one time we were on live and we were fucking talking about how the brain sends signals.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elon
Oh,
Musk's brain implant.
the implant. Yeah, that's the how we got to the talk. Is this similar to that?
Yeah,
I think so, because
yeah.
it's something that they attach right to the brain that lets
Mhm.
it basically communicate through the spine using Bluetooth technology. So wirelessly sends the signal from the brain where it's supposed to be sending the signal, but since the spine is broke, the spinal cord is broke, it basically sends the same signal on Bluetooth to the bottom of the fucking spinal cord, so he could walk.
That's the only thing, right? Technology, right? You don't want the battery to die when you're halfway doing something.
He can't walk on an airplane. What happens when you have to go airplane mode?
Bluetooth.
I
He's
don't
fucking. He,
know.
he's
You have to
immobile.
believe
Charge.
Sit down and charge, sir. You have to sit down and charge.
Rebooting.
And they put a USB connection in his ass. Oh shit!
So wait, it said he was paralyzed from the waist down. So his arms were good already.
Um,
I forget what it said on the main title where his
A
face
man
is.
in the Netherlands was just paralyzed in a cycling accident can now walk again using a device that connects his brain to his spine through Bluetooth. The implant, called a digital bridge, reads brain waves and wirelessly sends instructions to the spine, allowing the individual to use the necessary muscles for standing and walking. The device was developed in Swiss neuroscientists and has enabled a man to climb stairs and walk up to 100 meters. The technology establishes communication between the brain and the spinal cord and shows promise for paralysis therapy. The team hopes to develop future devices that could assist with recovering other functionalities and encouraged by the man's positive response even after 10 years since his accident.
10 fucking years this dude couldn't walk. Wow.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And I know that all those signals that our brain sends are basically electrical impulses. So it does make
Right.
sense that if they could send that impulse to the right location, that it would make that muscle move. But then again, you've got the how much power do you send to make it move so much? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's kind of crazy. How much does he have to think to walk? Does he have to focus on each leg and each movement, or is it more of a fluid thing?
Oh, yeah, that's a good fucking question.
And
Because
why 100
otherwise,
meters?
you got to
The battery
multitask
died.
like a motherfucker.
He probably gets tired, man. Starts hurting. I mean, if he hasn't used his legs like that, his muscles got to get tired. His joints got to get sore. I mean, 100 meters is probably like a physical limit.
Oh, you think so? I thought it'd
Yeah,
be like electronics,
Like a battery thing.
not even a battery, but just a connection consistency kind of.
yeah, good point. Most Bluetooth goes 33 feet, and then you lose signal and shit.
100 meters is 328 feet.
So
That's
maybe
pretty
that's what
far.
that box in front of him is, the Bluetooth thing, just making it, keep your signal running.
Oh god, there's so much shit that could fuck with a Bluetooth connection. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
much interference that could happen, right? That for that split second, you could literally lose connection and come back. And what happens at that moment? You're like in the middle of fucking walking, and you hit a fucking a black hole and shit, and you just like
Boop.
you just shut down
Straight down
for a
to
second,
straight down to the floor, and a couple new injuries.
and they just
Oh
boot up like it.
wow. So what you're saying is he's walking and then boom, he hits that like little that little dark spot. No signal, falls down, hits his head again. Now he loses
See,
his ability to move his arms.
but
Bam!
it matters now though. But look at him, right? His arms work. If
Yeah,
it's been 10 years, look at how skinny his legs is, and look at his arms. His arms have a little bit of definition in the forearm.
yeah.
It's not like skinny and frail. So I got to imagine he's paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah, he's a wheel. He's a
So if he
wheelchair.
shuts off, he's got his hands to keep him up, but he's going straight down. I mean, if his leg is locked like that in the back, he might start leaning forward where that knee is bent. But
Do you
if
think over
if
time
his
he
arms
could
work,
regain the muscle? Over time, he could regain that muscle. You think he'll be able to extend that 100 meters to 200 meters, kind of shit?
I think,
Or
dude. Again, depending on how hard he has to think about each movement to make it smooth, yeah, he'll be able to. He'll
that's the
be able
thing
to
I
have
wanted to know.
He'll be able to have a decent walk, you know, to get from point A to point B.
Yo,
Now,
That's the thing I would like to
don't
know.
stop and try to have a conversation with him because you don't know what the fuck.
don't make him think about anything else. Let the man
No,
walk.
I would honestly worry about that. Like if that was you, dog, I would worry about distracting you. I don't know how much he has to think. You know, if it's like muscle memory and all he has to do is like, all right, let's just get my leg. All right, cool.
I was I was thinking that, right? It's like your brain knows what it needs to do, right? Your brain knows, because I'm not. Otherwise, I'm thinking about every single muscle, every single toe, every single
Well,
movement
yeah.
that you got to make, right? Or it's muscle memory, like you said, like yo, bro, you have to. Your body needs to do this and this to walk, kind of shit.
And this is science beyond us, right? So if I want to know how my toe moves, right, I get the scientists to look at my brain through scans or whatever the fuck, and I sit there motionless and just move that toe, and then they'll pinpoint where part of my brain is moving that toe. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And maybe they could directly impact that particular movement. So anytime just thought of walking happens, it does it naturally. See, that would be no thought to it. You know what I mean? That would be amazing if that's the case. Shit.
So let me throw let me reverse this, or let me give you a different look at this. So he's a guy who's paralyzed from the waist down could walk again with this new technology. Now, what if this technology opens the doorway to something else? The brain can communicate to another part of the brain that we aren't even using.
Mm.
Mm.
Now you could dance.
Because like they're saying we're only using a certain percentage of our brain. They ain't
Right.
talking, and now we can
Yo,
make it talk.